Alright, this is Vincent again, and welcome to the video that I hope that will trigger some thoughts. Hopefully you have a pencil, pen, paper in front of you to write down some of the ideas that I've conveyed to you, because this is not a 1, 2, 3, I got it. I've been doing this specific plan since 2009. That's a little over 8 years, and I'm still not proficient as I want to be at it. I'm still learning something new all the time. Real estate is not a cookie cutter, make me $1 million, off to Hawaii I go. Unfortunately, it's a little bit more than that, and the more proficient you are, there are principles that success rides on. And if you violate those principles or skip out some of the important factors that will create your success, you will have a short-lived success. You will be like a rocket. You will shoot off, make $1 million, and then lose $2 million. That's what happens. So, I want to go back over some of the program that we started with, which is the 30-25K program. And as you continue reading, you're going to see a place on the web page that says, a fireman once said that it's not safe to enter a burning building without first knowing where all the exits are. Seems like common sense. It's a good attitude to keep. And the reason why I chose that is because it's not a good idea to buy a bunch of houses and have nobody to sell them to. I don't care how good the deal is. If you don't have a legitimate buyer or an exit strategy that will give you a good reason why I should loan you my money, it won't happen. Being honest with you, I don't care how good the deal sounds. If you don't have someone waiting to buy that house off you between 30 to 60, 90 days, I will not buy it. I don't believe in it'll sell after I buy it. I don't believe in I hope the Lord makes a way. He did make a way. It's called follow the principles and you'll make money. Therefore, if you're looking at this program being a success, there's a lot less stress when you have a buyer waiting to move in the house. Why would you buy a house and cross your fingers and lose your hair and your blood pressure go up and somebody vandalizes it after you fix it up, all because you didn't follow a simple system? I call it working backwards. Now, back in the good old days, you could fix a house up and somebody waiting outside to buy it. Those days are long gone. The new day is you better have a buyer first or no one's going to give you any money. That's reality. So let's look at some of the things that I've written down when it comes down to buy and hold. With a buy and hold deal, you're looking at, if you decide to follow this system, you're looking at a steady income. 10 years, 20, 30 years of life. The Strong Cook County area, which is what I do my farming in, and I'm going to use that word farming because it's like a farmer. You farm an area and you produce wealth from it. I farm the Cook County area, Pacific neighborhoods, or what I call, it's a big word, but it's called gentrification, which means areas that are coming back. That's where you buy. You don't buy in Prettyville. You find ugly in Prettyville and buy it, make it pretty, and then somebody will buy it. That's the system. Same token, you're looking at, imagine that if you just decided to take on this challenge, the biggest thing is what our company has done, and I feel that the 225K program is the solution. I think it's the best strategy. I've renovated many properties, and I still have properties that are under contract waiting for people to fix their credit and then basically get a new first mortgage, and then everybody that's involved will get paid. Looking at even with other options that are available, this is still probably the least stress and what I would call repercussions that come from making mistakes would come by doing the 30-25K program. So I encourage you to look into it. I encourage you to spend time. I encourage you to make something happen, because once it closes, you start receiving an income. An income as long as they pay on time. And at the same token, when you look at the page here, you can simply read the information so that you understand that, it's kind of simple to look at. You collect money on the note. You set the date when you want it paid. A monthly cash flow. And this is basically a very popular real estate strategy. So it's nothing new. The bank's been doing it for centuries. They give you principal, and then they have you sign a contract, which is called a good faith estimate. And then they say, here's the truth in lending statement that says you're going to pay me back 5 times as much. And you're going to smile and say, okay. So it ain't nothing new. Just change the words. So reality of it is here. The buy and hold investment strategy should be considered for long-term strategy results because your money is important to you. We don't do this because we love money. We do this because we need money to do everything that's on this earth to do. That's why this book I read all the time kind of specifically talks about that. And all you're getting, get a good understanding. And it specifically says that in all thy ways acknowledge him and he will direct thy path. So when you objectively look at the principles that's already in place and you read the book Think and Grow Rich, those same principles apply to what this strategy has to do. And if you make a bunch of money, which I hope you do, you probably need to put some of it into a 1031 exchange, and that's probably sometime down the road, and keep from paying a lot of taxes. So, looking at what this process is and what we do and what I want you to kind of consider is that buy and hold is a simple strategy which is nothing new. Buy and hold is what I consider the epitome of income for life. Imagine 100 people paying you $350, $400, or $500 a month over the next 15, 20, 30, 40 years. You create what I call a reservoir of money for your children's children. It's not hard to do. Pay for colleges, retirement, because let's face it, Social Security is a good idea, but as we get older, it's going to end up being social insecurity. So I wouldn't put all my eggs in that basket. I'm hoping it's still around because you've earned it. I've earned it. I've worked 40, 50 years in this country. We deserve it, but it may not be there. So you better create your own Social Security, which is this particular system that can create the wealth you need. Now, we're going to move on to the next factor because this is what I call number 2, because number 1 was the 225K program, and this is basically the buy and hold segment. And then we're going to move into something called seller financing.